ALIEN8UK.
I'ma get funky. I'ma get crazy. I'ma get loose. I'ma get hazy, hazy, hazy. I'ma take a ride. 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 Take me to your leader, take me to your leader, take me to your leader. 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 Yeah, yeah. Take me to your leader. Take me to your leader.
Signal acquisition initiated. Cross-referencing anomaly archives. Pattern recognition complete. Ether 8 online. Proceed.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the UFO Files and ALIEN8 UK with myself, my wonderful co-assistant, the one and only Abby.
Hello.
And some strange guy from across the pond and his mate, Eric Mintel. Welcome.
Thank you so much, guys. Good to see you again, Andy. Nice to meet you.
Too.
Lovely to meet you, Eric. Yeah.
Andy, you and I go back about 3 years, I guess, now. And we've been doing a bunch of different podcasts. And I know we've been trying to get over to the UK.
Yes.
So it's been a work in progress, but we will make it happen soon.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Well, I'm looking at coming back over to the States next year.
Cool.
I'm just trying to convince the other half to come over as well. So getting there, she goes, if you do anything paranormal, then I'm not going. So it's like, I promise we won't, but we'll go and we'll talk to paranormal people.
There you go.
Do a few sky watches, man.
Oh,
yeah, you can do that. You can do that from the plane. So
you can. Well, you got in the best position there, really, aren't you?
Yeah, you're already up. You're already up there, aren't you? So what's been happening, Eric? What have you been up to? I know Eric's one of them people who's like Sir Brian Bowden. You open Facebook and he's there. And it's them two all the way down.
Well, you know what? I don't like to sit still. I just like we're constantly moving and constantly being creative. But I'll tell you, since I talked to you, we've been partnering with the Pocono Television Network. It's a television station up in our area here. I'm here way across the pond here in Pennsylvania, Bucks County, Pennsylvania. It's about 60 miles northeast of Philadelphia, just for your viewers so they know where I'm at. And the Poconos is probably a good hour north of us, but we've been working with them for since last June. So we're coming up on a year already. And we're doing a lot of videos and covering everything from ghosts, UFOs, Bigfoot, Dogman, again, all kinds of weird stuff up in the Poconos. So we've been doing a lot of that. I'm still playing jazz. We haven't played jazz that much, but for your viewers, I'm also a professional jazz musician.
Yeah.
For the last 32 years with my jazz quartet, Eric Mintel Quartet. And my mentor, which I'm sure some of your viewers will remember, was a jazz musician by the name of Dave Brubeck. And Dave was a very great friend of mine and just an icon in jazz. So I learned a lot from him. And, so we've had wonderful opportunities with jazz, played at the White House, the Kennedy Center, United Nations, all that kind of stuff. So we're on that level of music. But and as you know, Andy and Abby, you'll know for the first time, I always loved the paranormal. So, that's been part of my fabric of my life for since I was little. So since I talked to you, we've been doing video, we've been doing, I've been doing a lot of editing, but we've been doing meeting some incredible people who have had some really incredible stories. And now, especially, with the UFO stuff that's coming out now, with all the disclosure, all this stuff that's coming out, a lot of people, it's a hot topic and people are coming out of the woodwork to tell their story about, these things. And we're actually capturing a lot of their talks and their testimonies on video. And it's been really, really wild.
Yeah.
The Poconos is known for its high strangeness, really, and people disappearing. There's the paranormals, there's the UFO element, and there's also a bit of a sinister side to the Poconos as well, isn't there?
There is.
It's an all-round creepy place.
It's amazing, which I didn't realize, how much was there, like just how much. And we've been working with the team there, and they're just phenomenal people to work with. How it is when you've got people that you enjoy working with. They step up to the plate. They do more than expected, and we match. I mean, everything. They're just phenomenal people to work with. So we're having a great time. And with me still is Dominic Sattel.
Just going to ask you, is Dominic still with you?
Been around. Oh yeah, he's been with me.
Yeah.
Although he's been fired a couple of times now.
Sounds like me.
We always joke about that. I always say this is his last investigation.
Yeah.
But he's been with me for, since the beginning, like almost 10 years now. And
wow.
So I think he came in the group in 2017, but I've known Dominic since high school. We went to high school together, but in high school, I never knew that he was a spirit medium. Right. Abby, I was like, we never talked about that kind of stuff in the 80s. It was always taboo. But then he came into the team in 2017 and said, hey, I might be able to help you out on your investigations because I'm a spirit medium. I'm like, what? So it worked out. It really worked out great. So we have been doing some really cool things, and he's been tuning in on a lot of really strange, very, as I say, high strangeness in a lot of these areas. And Mike Striegel is our cameraman. Mike is pretty middle of the road. Yes, enjoys the paranormal and is always looking at it in different ways, as I do, like what's really going on here. But even Mike has had some incredible experiences where he literally got not possessed in the form of an exorcism or anything, but he got by this picture of a gentleman by the name of Harry Packer. When we did this in January, we did this Harry Packer mansion video in Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. And the mansion itself was Walt Disney's inspiration for the Haunted Mansion.
Wow.
So it's really, it was amazing. So even those kind of things, when you're hit with those kind of experiences, we always say, man, there's something is going on here.
Yeah.
Stuff that we've captured on video, orbs, shadows, disembodied voices, echoing. Oh my God, we had some incredible investigations recently that were like mind blowing. And then we've got some UFO videos. We just did a UFO video over Jim Thorpe where people had missing time in this video. And so next week, I think we're going to be doing another video where we're also talking with Bill Burns. Remember Bill Burns from UFO Hunters?
Yeah.
He's over here. He's literally my next door neighbor. And he's over here. And so he's amazing. Every time I get together with Bill, I always learn something new.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be doing a video about that, more about missing time, alien abductions, because it's a real thing that's going on, that, you know, there's a select few people that are having these experiences, whatever those experiences are. So we're trying to get to the, you know, trying to get to some of the truth to that, you know, and when, you know, and I'm sure you've been on paranormal investigations when you are meeting people and they're telling you their story, you know, and I'm pretty good. I think we're pretty good at discerning the truth from the BS.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then when you're talking to these people and they're having a hard time really getting out what they're describing, they're getting goosebumps. They're having a hard time getting out of what they experienced. You know that something really profound happened to them.
Yes.
You know, and so I never discount what people are seeing. I always have a saying: at the end of the day, people are seeing something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Quick
mean,
question.
Go
Oh,
on,
sorry.
Andy.
Go on.
No. You go.
No, I was just going to jump back about 18. I think it's 18 months last time you was on. You was going to the meeting up with the vampire guy.
Oh.
How did that? I think that was one of the last conversations we had.
I made it.
You made it out alive.
You still got some colour in your cheeks, so you're all right.
Yeah. How did that go?
It was interesting. It was let's put it this way. It was very, very odd. It was very, very strange. It turned out to be something completely different than what we actually thought it was going to be, but it actually turned into a actual good situation. But there was a lot of miscommunication, but we're actually still working with the Vampa Museum. This is a vampire museum over here by us. And he has over 700 vampire killing sets in this place from the 1700s. And I mean, these are things, and they're all from Europe. And it's like, these are what people had in their homes, you know, for protection, you know, like we have here Bibles and crosses and stuff like that. But the same thing there, Bibles, and then the spikes and the hammers and stuff like that. But they're beautiful items. I mean, they're incredibly beautiful items, but a lot of them. And so we're still working with Ed. As a matter of fact, I just saw him yesterday. I stopped in and said hi. And
cool.
We're going to start working on another video because we've got a lot of footage in the can that we did for the part 4 video that we're doing for him. And we had another spirit medium go into the museum and found there was all kinds of other kinds of activity going on there that nobody knew about. So this is a whole new take on what's going on. So that's going to be coming out in the fall. And in the meantime, we've got some, oh my God, we're going to be doing a Bigfoot video next month in the Poconos.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yes. There's people that have been having a lot of sightings up there.
Yeah.
And so there's something weird. You know, we had as you know, we had our experience back in 2021 in the New Jersey Pine Barrens. Yes. And we had been down there, you know, and I'm sure some of your viewers know in New Jersey Pine Barrens, what's down in the Pine Barrens usually? The Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
It's been a big thing that way for years here. The Jersey Devil has been, I guess it's described as almost like a big winged horse. Yeah. A horse with wings, and or other reports have been as small as a turkey, or as like a medium-sized dog. So very inconsistent kind of reports from that, but people are seeing this creature. But we were down there investigating these Bigfoot sightings that people were seeing, these 5 to 6 foot tall, hairy individuals going into properties, getting garbage off the property, then going back out to the woods. And then they're getting hair samples, tracks, all kinds of weird stuff, weird sounds coming from the woods. So we decided to go down there and do this investigation. And I was always kind of on the fence with Bigfoot, you know, like I would always see the shows and I'd see these guys whooping and hollering for Bigfoot. But then as we're sitting in base camp and we're sitting there talking, we all hear the whoop coming from the woods. And then the researcher's wife answered it back. Now, where we were, there's no houses, no nothing. Yeah. We were 5 miles into the Pine Barrens, and it's thousands and thousands of acres of just dense forest. We did a thing once where you could turn the light off of the camera, you couldn't even see your hand in front of your face, that dark. But then she answers it back and had a vocalization. It was whooping back at her. So there was something down there intelligently coming back forth with us.
Yeah.
So that set my whole world around, like, what is going on here? What is happening here? And, and that there's something out there, and that's why we do this. And that's the fascinating part about it. It's like people say, well, what would happen if you ran into this thing? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, because we've been in those situations where even the Beast of Bray Road, when we encountered that dogman creature in Elkhorn, Wisconsin, the week before we Pine Barrens.
Yeah.
And then I was like, we were there, and I'm like, the fear factor's there. We're hearing this thing, we're seeing the eye shine, but at the same time, I'm like, what are we hearing? What is this thing? And then when we saw the eye shine, and it was about 7 feet up in the corn, and it was going back and forth like this, looking at us, I said, that's it, man. We got to get out of here. And and the sound that this thing made, I'm sure your viewers, if you've seen the video, it's like the Beast. It's called the Beast of Bray Road, Alive and Well. And I'll tell you what, man, it was crazy. This thing made a howl that sounded like a man screaming. It was like low guttural scream. Growl.
Yeah.
So creepy. And Dominic had said when we were in the Pine Barrens, poor Dominic, I'm taking him completely out of his wheelhouse as a spirit medium. We're hunting Bigfoot and Dogman.
Yeah.
But we're down in the Pine Barrens, and Dominic's like, I feel so much safer in the Pine Barrens than I do in Elkhorn. And it was so true. There was some kind of weird thing there. But again, where I say people are seeing something, we did a follow-up investigation of the Beast of Bray Road in 6 months later out there in Wisconsin. We didn't encounter it that time, but we did get 140 people showed up to this town hall meeting that all gave accounts of seeing this creature. And all described the same thing. They described it when it was on 2 legs, it looked like it was gliding, but when it was on all 4s, it's really fast. So that was a consistent takeaway that I got from that follow-up about what people were seeing and what they were experiencing it.
Yeah.
That to me says there is something out there, just like in your area. I mean, you've got tons of stuff like that out there.
Yeah.
The Beast of the Moors and Owlman and all sorts on the go. I mean, when you said it was a male vocalization where it sounded like a man in pain, do you think that's there to lure someone in, like, someone in distress, so you'd actually go in and help?
That is a really good question. I never thought about that. It could have been. It very well could have been. What I didn't realize too is how blissfully unaware of a dangerous situation that we were in. Because I didn't listen to and I don't know why I didn't do this, but I didn't listen to those howls on headphones until almost a year later. Yeah. And I listened to those howls on the headphones. And on the second, there was a series of 3 howls. One was like 250 yards away. The second one was probably about 150 yards away. And the third one was like right there. It's like 100 yards away or less. But on that second howl, we heard in the background behind us, there was a growl. So it was really whatever
you.
Yeah. Whatever was there was moving in on us.
Yeah.
And for whatever I didn't realize, we didn't have any protection, no nothing, and again, that was my stupidity of being there and thinking that we're not going to see anything. This is going to be a great documentary, but we're not going to encounter anything. We're not going to see anything down here. And man, was I wrong. Wow.
Do you think there could have been 2 at least?
I definitely think there was 2. I think there could have been 3. This creature, it goes back to the 1930s. And I don't think it's the same one. I think there's probably a pack or a family of these things. And it goes back to the 30s, early 30s, where people were seeing this thing and encountering it. And then it went quiet for many, many years and people didn't want to talk about it. Yeah. So then it came back in the 90s, back in 1990. It came back where Linda Godfrey, who is a great author, she's not with us anymore, but great author, and she was working for the newspaper at the time, and she was getting reports and calls from people about this creature that she was writing about, and then she was taking their descriptions of what they were seeing, and she drew it. And there's a picture out there of this thing eating roadkill with its like two hands like this. And that's what people were seeing walking. And why they call it the Beast of Bray Road is because it's been walking across this road called Bray Road. Yeah. Now, the farm that we were on was only 0.2 of a mile from Bray Road. So it's really close. So and the farm we were on was the farm of Lee Hample. And so he was right there. And, when Lee started farming there, his neighbors go, Lee, did you know that the creature lives on your property? and Lee was like, what? He's like, what? He's like, I knew Wisconsin was the home of alcohol, but these guys were serious. So, wow. Yeah. And then he had his first encounter way back in like 2013 or 2014. And and then ever since then, he's been getting almost every day some weird activity. Yeah. Almost to the point where he's afraid to go on his own property sometimes.
I can imagine. I mean, does he have livestock on this farm, or does it?
He doesn't
take the stock, or yeah.
It's a hay farm, so it's a
hay farm.
Hay. So he doesn't have any livestock there, thankfully. But it's a 35-acre hayfield, so it's a big piece of land. And the night that we were there, we had so much crazy stuff happen. So. But, and I think we got permission to explore the extra 185 acres that are there. So that's I'm hoping next year we could do like another expedition out there and try to get some more and be a little bit more prepared this time too, Yeah. And just some of the other investigations we were doing in early January, we started off the year strong. We did like 4 videos right in January alone for Pocono. And we did this one video, whereas ghosts, I'm kind of like more on the fence with as far as skepticism goes, as far as that goes. But again, having said that, having captured what we've captured on video, I think there is a thin veil, right, from the here to there. And people are seeing, at the end of the day, people are connecting with. So we did this video at a place called La Posada. It was I think it was a Mexican grill. Excellent food, phenomenal atmosphere. But we're in there, and Miguel, the owner, was telling us about a story about a woman that was sitting at the bar, and she was looking at the corner of the bar, and she's looking at this guy that's sitting there for like 2 hours. And she went to go turn her head and talk to her friend, look back, and the guy was gone. So she goes to Miguel, do you know what happened to that gentleman that was right there at the corner of the bar? And he goes, who, my Uncle Robert? No, he left already. And she goes, no, the guy that's in that picture above the piano. Well, it was Miguel's Uncle Felix. And he's like, that's my Uncle Felix. He died 2 years ago.
No.
So she was seeing the ghost or this entity sitting at the bar. And then so I wanted to do an experiment where I wanted to see if we could put a static camera from her position at the bar, looking down there, and just set it up and like do our investigation. So we did that. We set it there. And the weird thing is we didn't capture, a full body, but what we did capture was very strange. It wasn't from that particular chair, but it was from a chair behind that chair. And it was an orb, like a greenish whitish orb that came out from this chair and slowly rose and went like this and was like walking. And it like it got up from the chair and started walking. And you could see it on this video. It's called Eric Mintel Investigates La Posada. But it's, oh my God, or Felix's Cantina. But it's amazing. And it goes, and you could see, but when it went by the window, you could see that the blinds were down on the window. It looked like it had shape to it. It was really, really interesting. So that was a really cool capture that we got on Mike's camera. A lot of times, have you guys ever done video with your phone, right? And we try to get video in the phone. And the phone, for whatever reason, captures a lot of orbs better than a regular camera would.
Yeah.
Because the phones nowadays they're so highly intense, they're so detailed at all the tech, but and a lot of the stuff too, we always try to debunk it too, to say, oh well, that's dust, that's bugs or something like that.
Yeah.
But this particular orb, the way it moved, there was no way it could have been a bug or any dust or anything like that. It was just the weirdest thing. And
That purposeful movement.
Yeah, exactly. And we've seen this a lot in a lot of other investigations. So yeah, that was really cool. And then it got my, it got my eyebrow to go up and say, here. But some other ones too. I mean, some of the other investigations we've done, the Hanoverville Roadhouse over in Bethlehem, the owner is doing his work up in his office at like 12:30 at night. Everybody's gone home for the night. He hears a big bang downstairs. I wish I could show you the video from this because it's amazing. And he goes downstairs, doesn't see anything, nothing out of the ordinary, goes back upstairs to do his work. And then in the back of his mind, he's like, you know what? I'm going to rewind the security footage and see what that was. Anything there. And sure enough, you see a chair bolt right out from the table.
No way.
Bolts out, this big heavy oak chair. Boom, goes out. And then a few seconds later, you see an orb come over and over to where the chair just bolted out from the table, and a sugar packet container gets thrown on the floor. Now, again, my debunking mind. So I saw this video, and this is when you see a video to actually being on site, to actually see the location. So we got there, but when I saw the video, I thought to myself, oh, there's got to be somebody behind this. There was a little wall there. There was a wall, and then a lower wall. And then I said, oh, there's got to be somebody back there kicking the chair out, But we got there, and there was no way it could have been that, because there was a table there, and there was a lower wall that went out to the back and went at an angle out over toward the fireplace.
Yes.
So I did an experiment where I'm standing there, and there was no way that I could be away from the security camera. So, and there was also a big table there as well. So whatever was there, that energy and the bang that Mark heard was this chair, and the energy of that was being bolted out of there. So things like that, really, it's like, wow. And on a lot of these investigations too, I always say to people that we're investigating with, we're in the location, but I also ask the people, I said, look, we're in these areas here. What do you have any kind of paranormal? Have you had any paranormal experience in your own personal life? And 99% of the time they say yes.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting how everything is like connected on some kind of level, paranormal wise, of these things. And I always like to say too, that people are connected to the spirit world, that, you, Andy, you and I could be standing there. We don't see, we see there, but Abby's right there and she's seeing this big UFO and you and I just don't see it.
Yeah.
Or Abby and I are standing there and you're there and you see a ghost apparition and we just don't see it,
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Or we're standing there and Abby and I are saying, God, is Andy going to get out of here?
Hey,
he's already gone, but we're seeing him. That's happened before though with me and my team. We swear to God, we saw one of my teammates, Kelly, from Haunted Devon in this place called Great Fulford Manor.
Okay.
We were in the old kitchen, and at the time, before they put frosting over the window, you could see over into the toilet, not into the toilet itself, but where you wash your hands.
Sure.
And it was me, Claire, and Niall, and we just had something go bang right next to us. And that's one of the only times they normally see me jump, because I wasn't actually expecting it. We were on break. We were just sitting there having a chat. And we see Kelly come out of the bathroom, wash her hands, and then do this on a fleece.
Mm.
And we're like laughing at her, going, no, we can't use a towel, Kelly. And we go back out. We've got CCTV all over this place. And she comes in from the outside, and we're like, oh, we've just seen you in the loo, use a towel, blah, blah, taking the mic. And she was like, I've not been to the toilet. And I'm like, no, we all three of us saw you. And like, no, I've not been to the toilet. And she had a group of people with her. She'd taken out a team to go and investigate the lake because there's activity going on down there. We looked back over the CCTV, bearing in mind, to come out to the toilet, you'd have to go through the Great Hall with a staircase, another room and another room to get to the base room, all covered on CCTV. She wasn't there. She was not there.
Ooh.
But all three of us saw, clear as day, we saw Kelly.
You saw it. You saw it. So that is amazing. And it also, this is kind of mirrors what you just said. We did an investigation at a place called Skytop Lodge. Again, and on these investigations, we try to keep it to the minimum. I don't know how you guys are as far as having a lot of people on the
no. Smaller the better.
I always try to keep it as small as possible.
Yeah.
Me, Dominic, Mike, and maybe one or two other people. That's it. But this particular investigation, we had just about, I think, 4 or 5 people with us. And it was me, Dominic, Mike, Kate Kroll was part of, she's part of broadcasting at PTN. She's on the investigation with us. And an intern there at the time, Savannah. So Dominic, Mike, and this other guy, Dan, were going upstairs in the elevator. And we went up the stairs. Kate, and Savannah and I went up the stairs. So as we're getting toward the top of the stairs, Savannah sees those guys come up in the elevator and goes, "There they are." And as she says, "There they are," we all immediately heard another voice mimic her go, "There they are." And you could hear it on video. You could hear this on video. And it wasn't any of us. It wasn't Kate. It wasn't Savannah. But it was an exact mimic of Savannah.
Yeah.
So you could see me in the video trying to do trying to say, "Here they are," and trying to get like an echo happening. Yes. There was nothing like that. So it was really wild. And I played it a couple of times on the video, but that was really, really interesting. And then where we were, when there was an area like a stairway that goes up to the left, and that went nowhere. That went to the roof of this massive complex. So, and it's a lookout tower actually.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. In the video, I even mentioned it too. It used to be a lookout post for World War II. Or, just in case, German fighters were coming in or whatever at that point. But I'm thinking, there they are, and maybe there's another voice going, "There they are," from another time period,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like kind of putting that out there. It's just,
I find mimics very, very creepy though. I don't know what it is or what kind of entity it is, but
I think that's something to do with shadow people.
Oh yeah.
There is a shadow being at Fulford. There is something not.
It's just that because my take on it, it's a shadow person. It doesn't have its own farm. It's like Steve Miller was saying last week. So it's waiting to create something or waiting for you to manifest what you want to see or what. Not even what you want to see, what you want to hear, but it needs that. It needs to be created. At the moment, it's like it's a blank canvas.
Yeah,
I don't know about. I'm close to Kelly. Don't get me wrong; she's my paranormal wifey. But I don't think washing your hands and doing that on a fleece is one of my top 10 manifestations. So God knows what that was about.
But that might be what you was expecting her to do, as you could see through the frosted winter or whatever the glass was. It was like that's what you're expecting. So that's why it created that. I'm not saying it is that.
Well, yeah, you make a good point, Andy, because that's the thing. It's like there was a thing called are we creating the paranormal? Are we manifesting the paranormal?
Yeah.
You've heard that, right?
Yeah.
I think there could be times where people are so in tune with that that they're manifesting that particular energy, because look, we are all energy, right? We're all energy, and that energy continues. So, but the shadow person, I think that's a really interesting thing too, because boy, I remember when I was a little kid, and I don't know if it was a dream or what, but I liken it to a shadow person. Like I remember waving, I'm the only child, so no brothers or sisters. So I remember waving to my mom and dad out this window as they were going to dinner and they were getting in their car. And I remember inside our little, we had like a duplex. So we were on the bottom, someone else was on top. We didn't have much when I was younger, but so I was in the house and I turned around, and down the hallway I see the shadow figure coming down the hallway. Now, was it a dream? Could it have been the babysitter? I don't know, but I never saw any kind of face or the shape. The shape to it was almost like someone like an African wearing an African headdress. like and a very tall and like just kind of shimmying down this hallway. But I remember that to this day, how clear that was. And then my own encounter. We've done also videos. I'm sure you guys have heard of the Lady in White.
Yes.
Okay. So Lady in White, we've had the Lady in White, and I just found this out recently, is a, I guess someone that's looking for someone, waiting for someone, protecting someone. So I had this encounter in 1997, which just, it still gives me goosebumps to this day. And it absolutely happened. In my jazz life, I'll do a quick story here. In my jazz life, I'm going to a gig here in Bucks County. And I'm going down this one dark road. I'm going pretty fast. I probably should have not been going that fast. And it was November of 1997. And it was a little bit rainy. It was dark early, because it's the fall. So it gets dark around 5 o'clock here. So the gig was at like 7 o'clock. So I'm heading down there and it's dark. And all of a sudden a deer, boom, runs out in front of me. And I hit it. I hit this poor thing. And it right in the front of the car. And I hit this thing and I felt terrible. I slammed the brakes on. And I'm sliding with this deer like 60 feet because it had been wet. And I was going way too fast. So anyway, sliding, boom, stop the car. I get out of the car. Now, you guys know I didn't mention, but I'm a piano player. My mentor, Dave Brubeck, pianist. So I get out of the car and I'm looking at this poor deer and I'm like, oh my God, I felt terrible. And then in the woods behind me, I hear a woman's voice say, "How's your hands?" And first of all, I'm like, who says that?
Yeah.
Then I turned around and here this woman all in white comes out of the woods, steps in front of my car. Now, when you're in front of car headlights or someone is standing in front of your car headlights when the light is on you and that person looks blurry. It's very diffused. That's what she looked like. So, but here's the thing. She reached down and took this 200-pound deer by the ear, reached over and dragged it off the road like it was light as a feather. Wow. And then said to me, get in your car and get out of here. So, and I didn't say anything because I was stunned at that point. I was kind of like, I just had hit this thing. I was like in shock. Yeah. So got in my car, went to the gig, told the guys what happened. They were freaked out. Didn't even go home that night that same way. I went, but again, now the
understandably.
And next morning I go home. I think to myself in my rational mind, I'm like, well, maybe there was somebody that lives in the woods there and they were in the woods and they spooked the deer and that's how I hit it. And they just happened to be there. Well, anyway, I went back there. There was no houses, no nothing, all woods, nobody there. It's been built up since then.
Yeah.
And the deer was gone too, but the deer could have been taken by the game commission or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, it happened and it was amazing. And then my father had the same kind of encounter. And see, I always thought of her as my guardian angel. I never really thought of her as the lady in white because I hadn't really heard of that. But then my dad had the same encounter in 1975, not as same as me, but we lived in an area called Upper Black Eddy, which is it's Upper Bucks County here, and it's a river town. So we lived in this little area, in that same area that I just told you where I saw the shadow. Yeah. In this house, we had a view of the Delaware River. The Delaware where Washington crossed the Delaware, right? Yeah. So we have about a quarter-mile view. We could see the river right from our house. So he comes home at like 2:30 in the morning. It's 1975. And, my dad, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was the 1970s. So my dad was a big time partier. He liked to drink and, and all kinds of other stuff in the 70s, but
recreational.
Yes.
Recreational.
Very. Yeah.
He was a happy man.
Yeah.
He was sort of. But on that night, he swears that he was sober and he sat down and he started cooking a steak that we had a little hibachi, little grill, and he started cooking a steak we had, and he's cooking it on the grill, and he's looking at the water, and he sees this white figure, something white, coming down the river, and he's looking, and as his eyes are adjusting, he's like, "My God, it's a woman!" And as she's coming down, she turns her head, and when she turned her head from like a quarter mile away, boom, her face came right up to his face. And when then she turned away and went floating down the river, and she was going, I'm going home, I'm going home. And he said you could hear these words echo through the valley. Now, I heard that entire story my whole life. He never wavered from that story.
Yeah.
Even on his deathbed a couple of years ago, I said, Dad, did that really happen? And he said, absolutely, it happened. So this was a shared experience that we had. And I always think my dad was a little bit more psychic than he led on to be, because we had lived in a house. We moved around a lot when I was younger, but we lived in a house right after that, that particular house. We lived in this place in Holocong, and in this house, he had kept seeing like this white stuff all over the road in front of the house, and kept seeing it for about a week or so. And this is like 1978, right? So that before cell phones, anything like that. So we get a knock at the door at like 3 a.m, and it's a truck driver and wanting to use the phone. Here, his milk truck turned over. Milk all over the front of the road in that front.
Almost like a premonition or a precog of what that was.
Yep.
So it was amazing. So yeah, so he had those abilities. He went to a psychic one time and said that the psychic said he had a very blue aura around him, but your son has even greater. And I thought to myself, I don't have the psychic abilities like Dominic does. I don't have that. Maybe I do develop
that you know of.
That I know of, true. But I do think I have something with music where I could just sit down and play immediately.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm pretty much all self-taught. So maybe it's something with that. But I find the whole thing is fascinating. I mean, you know, the people that we've talked to, people have had all kinds of experiences, and now all the stuff that's coming out.
Yep.
You know, what are your take on all the UFO footage that's coming out now?
Well, they could do better. Apparently, there's a lot more. There's a lot more that we're not getting. I think there was a congressperson from Colorado. We obviously can't name them at the minute because, she said there's a lot more going on than that she knows about that's not coming out. A lot of stuff around portals, and she was talking about some sort of hybrid program, and but what I find fascinating as well is how the paranormal and this UFO phenomena seems to go hand in hand. So that's what I was going to ask you. Have you and your dad had many UFO experiences through your life as well?
My dad has had a lot of experiences in his life. A lot of paranormal experiences. My mom and dad, my mom used to live in this really old house in New Jersey. And when my mom and dad were dating, and my uncle Don Ciccone, I don't know if some of your listeners will remember Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
Yes.
So my uncle was part of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. He was big.
Oh, wow.
You know that song, Oh, What a Night? You know?
Yeah.
Well, you know, the part in the song goes, I felt the rush like a rolling ball of thunder. That's my uncle singing that part of the song.
Oh, wow.
And he was with him for 10 years, from like 1972 to 82, something like that. They had all really great hits then. But my uncle lived in this house with my mom's family, and my mom and dad were dating at the time. And my dad and my uncle shared a room. So there was a bathroom in between. One room, there was a bathroom in between, then it was my uncle's room. My dad said he was, and this is another thing too, he was like woken up 3 a.m. and gets up and looks out, and at the window there was like a veranda where you could look out onto the property. There was a shadow of a guy standing there, and my dad goes, Don, are you there? Don, what are you doing? And my uncle was in his room saying, what, Larry? And my dad's name was Larry, but he answered him from his room. So my dad looked back and the thing was gone.
Wow.
So yeah, I think he's had a lot, and UFO experiences too, definitely. And my own UFO experience in 2016, my girlfriend Sherry and I were going over this bridge outside of New Hope, Pennsylvania, into New Jersey, where she had rented a farmhouse at the time. And we were going over this bridge and going over the Delaware River. Again, the water, it's always got to do with water.
Yeah.
And we're going over the river. And as we got onto the bridge, all of a sudden, I see these 5 orange orbs just appeared out of nowhere. And they look like swirling lava, just and like a plasma orb. That what a lot of people are seeing now.
Yes. Yeah.
5 of these orbs. And what do I do immediately? I'm thinking to myself, well, there's a restaurant right there. Maybe there's a wedding going on. Maybe they're sending off Chinese lanterns. This was a Wednesday night. It was cold. It was in January. There was nobody getting married. So so these things appeared. I went to go get the phone, go to take a picture. And what happens? The flash goes off. So I had to take the flash off. So by the time the flash off, I was able to get another picture. These things started disappearing, but I was able to get one shot. And it was just like, and they weren't that high above the bridge either. They were only a couple of 100 feet above the bridge. It wasn't like they were thousands of feet up there. Low. They were low. And what she said, she looked at them more than I did. She said they were doing a search pattern, and they looked like they were doing a search pattern over the water. And then one by one, boom, 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 they just started disappearing. But I was able to get one shot. That was the greatest thing to ever see. I was like, I felt like really blessed to be able to see something like that. And we're still to this day wrapping our heads around what it could be. We see a lot of the paranormal caught on camera shows and stuff of people seeing these orbs, and that's exactly what we saw. A woman in Louisiana sent me a video of a fleet of these orange orbs going through Louisiana, completely silent, and up in Boston, people saw the same thing. So very interesting connections, I think, to these things.
Hold that thought. So when you saying about disclosure, I've started following a page on Facebook, and it's called Alien UFO Caught on Camera. So they do compilation videos, and all weekend I've been watching them. Some of them you can tell they're AI. The guy, the voiceover, he actually says this is AI. It says AI information, but I'm going to show it anyway. But some of the stuff on there, you can clearly see it's not fake. There's too many people out there that are watching it. What's going on? Some of it you can't really tell. You
can't fake a reaction like that. You can't. Not everyone's an Oscar-winning actor.
No, and I was watching it for about 2-3 hours yesterday, and I've screen recorded a couple of bits, and it's like this is disclosure, not this stuff coming out the Pentagon or the White House or anywhere like that. It's what is being put. You can't block everything on social media. You can't block the truth on social media. A little bit, maybe.
You can stop people from filming when they actually see something, Andy, which brings us on to something else.
So this is what we was talking about off air. So we was actually talking about AI and how for us what we do, it helps us immensely because we just don't have the time to sit down. Where I was creating thumbnails before, it'd take me an hour and a half, and looking back, the shocking. Compared to what you can do now in 30 seconds.
Oh, going back to 2012, doing photoshops for the radio show, doing the thumbnail all day.
You're doing all the overlays, and it's like
all the overlays. You
can't do any more overlays. You've run out, so I had to save it and then add more onto it. Oh my god, this is taking forever.
And to your point, a lot of the UFO stuff is, you could definitely tell that a lot of stuff's AI and things like that. I understand if they're trying to do if they're trying
recreation,
a reenactment or something like that, that's fine. And I've done that myself to try to get what,
but not pass it off as this is legit.
No, not at all.
I disagree with that.
But I agree with you too. The stuff in the government, it's a lot of stuff that we've already seen. It's stuff that we've already seen. But here it's like $billion technology and these crappy, grainy videos. It's like crazy. So we have to get more. We have to get more footage. We've got to find more footage, and so that's what we're doing. And that's the main thing. But and I like the fact that actually people are we get more video. We get better video from witnesses than I've seen that are coming out. I had a thing over here, like a guy contacted me, found me on Facebook and said, look, I've got this weird thing going over my house every night for like the last year. Would you guys want to investigate? And he's like 15 minutes away. I'm like, yeah, we'll be right there. So we went up.
Get the kettle on.
Yeah. Mitch, we were like, so Mitch and Robin Sherman, and man, what great people they are, man. Mitch is, he's like a big business accountant kind of guy, and not, but he's got some really cool, like scientific, like theories and things like that. But he messaged me, and we went up there and talked to him, and he showed me this footage, which was crazy. This really weird orb going over the sky, similar to what we saw, and then his wife Robin had this weird thing where she had this like a finger-sized point of light came up to her and like was like scanning her. A finger-sized point of light. Now we know light continues, right? It's not contained in this. So it's coming up to her and then it's shot off. And I'm thinking to myself, is this thing scanning her? What is it? What's going on here?
Oh, I was just going to say, so we was talking about the S4 Bob Lazar video earlier. So a little bit of it is where they create that black, it looks like a black dot floating with the three different parts that they take out. And it's not, it's like a mini black hole. It absorbs all light. So with that thing, what you just said, like a finger size, maybe it had one of them either end, but they've got the technology to not show it.
It's almost like fiber optic, but without seeing the filament.
Like cap it, like a Star Wars lightsaber.
Yeah, it could very well could be. I mean, it was just, and it really rattled her too, because she was like, wow. But I've got other reports of these orbs coming up to people, like talking to these people, and they're just like, they're getting, goosebumps again. You're talking about the stuff that they're coming up to people and then shooting away. Really interesting stuff, man. It's so there is definitely something out there. But here's the thing. I'm glad that the government's releasing this stuff. It's a good thing because it's also giving people a chance to talk about it, and everyone's talking about it now. A lot of the stuff you could see is clearly like, wow, this is definitely like the one, did you see the 8-pointed star that they said was like, but all that was
had the three orbs going around it.
Yeah, but you know what it was? It was actually a flare, a military flare. It was on a parachute. So and that was the contrail that was around. Why it was going like this, and why it had the 8-pointed stars. That's how it looks through the pilot's, visuals.
Yes.
So it wasn't anything extraterrestrial, and you could clearly see the parachute on this side of the frame. Whoever put it out there, you could crop that out of there, and it would be like, so you have to really be careful of that.
Well, they said this congresswoman said they were releasing stuff that wasn't UFOs in the files to muddy the water, like the balloon and things like that. And it's just like, well, why? At the end of the day, what you're putting out is either overblown out or the contrast is completely blown on it, so you can't see what's going on anyway.
Yeah,
it's just
that's what I worry. That's what I worry about, is like putting out too much, and then everybody gets confused.
Yes,
and that's
and then it's
on
like
purpose.
With all the AI stuff, to the actual footage, to cell phone footage, to other footage, but there's a lot. But you're right. You could definitely tell the difference from the AI stuff. Like I've got stuff that people have sent me from a cell phone. A nurse over at this local hospital was looking out the window with her coworker and saw these 3 points of light in a triangular formation, just hovering there, and it's right on her cell phone. So it's not. That was real footage. There was another a cruise ship captain. They actually captured a flying jellyfish, like this weird. A weird flying jellyfish going over the whole ship, the length of the ship, and then sinking into the water. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe that's the extraterrestrials. Maybe that's them, because they're always coming out of the ocean. They're going in and out of the oceans. And you could tell that this was real footage. It was just from her cell phone. And everybody saw it. So it was really interesting. And there you've got like a captain of a cruise ship telling her story. Whereas I just the stigmata of all this stuff has kind of gone away because people are talking about it and having these experiences, especially the military guys. Those guys are having these really incredible, profound experiences with this stuff. So if you're going to believe anybody, definitely believe those guys.
Because and it's validating for people who've had experiences in your everyday, like you say, filming it on their cell phones or mobiles. And maybe they haven't come forward because it's just like, oh, I'm going to be ridiculed. But now it's all out in the open. They'll feel more comfortable with their own experiences.
And then you'll see footage.
But if you can film it for whatever reason, then you create it with AI.
Go on,
so
Andy.
I've got to show you this because I know you've got to get going in a minute. So this happened, I think it's about 2.5 3 years ago. I was driving in Norfolk.
Okay.
There's a lot of US, UK air bases around there, military installments. And my GPS started playing up on sat-nav. I'm like, right, I'll try my mobile. So I tried it on my phone. That wasn't doing anything. I had to restart both devices about 2-3 times. Nothing was happening. Then, so I'd pulled into this little dirt track lay-by. It's only single track, like one lane each way, like west and east, say. And then I noticed a blue light, like police, just out the corner of my eye. So then I was watching, like I said, I was watching them videos last night on Facebook, and I thought, why have I not tried to recreate what I seen with AI? So this morning, driving to my first job, I thought I'll try. And you said about goosebumps and shivers. It created you. I put all as much detail into it as what I could, the name of the company on it and everything, and it came up with this image, right? And I'm like, oh my God, if I'd have took a photo at that moment, this is exactly what you would have seen.
Wow. But you weren't able to. All your phones were jammed.
Nope, nothing's working. So this is AI. This is not a photograph. But if AI has gone into my mind and created this photo from it, this is it. That is what I seen, and that's how far away I was from it as it went past.
Wow.
The name on the truck, the design, the yellow, the red, the low loader, the police escort. There was more vehicles than that. There's a couple of unmarked police vehicles. But the way the tarp is wrapped around it, you can clearly see the shape. You've got the ratchet straps holding it down. And I'm just looking out my driver's...
That's awesome, man.
I'm just looking out my window. I'm like, I've got GPS in one hand, phone in the other. Neither of them are doing anything. And I'm just watching this go past. There's other cars on the road. And I'm like, why is nobody else taking any notice of this? There's no military. It's just police, haulage firm, logistics company, and that was it. And this was first shot of it creating AI. And that is exactly what I seen.
That's so wild.
That is wild. I mean, if it was a movie prop or something like that, then they wouldn't have been jamming your phone, because obviously they had some sort of signal going off that interrupted your tech. So you, because your technology came back on after this passed, didn't you? A couple of minutes after this went left.
Within 30 seconds of it being out of sight, it came back on. But the area where I was, there's a lot of level crossings. So because of the size of it, and it's not just one, you might have 2 or 3 within 100 yards of each other. Because it's the east of England, it goes out into all different directions. So you got going down to London, you got to go north, you've got them going west. So there's a lot of crossovers. So there's one particular road that we go on, and these 4 level crossings all within a 100-yard distance. So they've got to keep this moving because they don't want it to stop. But why would you wrap it that tight to show people what it is?
Yeah,
that's what I don't get.
I mean, talk about a bodycon UFO, you know, I mean, that's accentuating all of its features.
Crazy. That's crazy. But it's amazing that you captured that, man.
Yeah. But it's like when you see machinery and all that on the back of a truck, you normally has plastic and it's flapping about and you can see what's underneath it. This, nothing. It was airtight. Nothing was getting in, nothing was getting out.
Wow.
And it was identical to that.
That's so wild.
And I was just sat there this morning, the same feeling and expression as when I seen it for real. I'm like, oh my God.
I know. I got his voice note and he was just like, oh my God. Yeah.
Wow. And how long ago did this happen?
I'd say 2.5 to 3 years ago.
Okay. Amazing, man.
And
well,
it just
at least you got an image now, and you got a reference, for it.
Yeah.
That's
the
amazing.
road didn't look like that. There's houses and there's footpaths, sidewalks, and what have you. But it doesn't matter about the road. It was what was on the back of that truck and how it looked.
Amazing. Love it. Well, this is great, guys. I mean, my wheels are turning. I got a lot of. I mean, we'll definitely be with you again, Abby, on the 24th.
Yes, looking forward to it, Eric. Absolutely looking forward to it. Yeah,
that'll be fun. And we'll talk about a few other. We'll talk about a few other things too.
Yes.
Which we'll have. We're actually doing another video before that. We're finishing up a video, Haunted Hotel of Horror.
Ooh.
It's pretty much, it's an attraction. It's like a haunted attraction, but
the
hotel itself is very old and very creepy. So it's going to be
hotels are haunted for a very, very sad reason, I think, because that's where, as you know, a lot of people go, so to speak. Yes.
Exactly.
So
and that's what happened in one of these rooms there. And so I was going to say too, if you guys want to watch my show, I'm on every night at 7:00 on the Pocono Television Network. You could go on your apps and look up PTN, and it's a free app. Download it. You can watch anywhere in the world. 7:00.
Oh, fantastic.
Or whatever it would be, probably, I don't know, midnight your time.
Yes, yeah.
But so, and then Saturdays we're on at 8:00. So that would be
fantastic.
But yeah, so it's been really great, and then you could find me on my YouTube channel. It's Eric Mintel Investigates, and then ericmintelinvestigates.org is our website, and we've got a big paranormal convention happening in October. So we got a lot of stuff going on. So a lot of stuff.
A lot. And the music, a lot of the music going on as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure.
Oh, what's happened there?
Oh,
don't know.
What happened then?
Don't know what happened there.
Didn't
even touch anything. Wasn't me.
They're monitoring you, Andy.
Right. Yeah. I'll let you. I know. Right, I'll let you go because I know you've got to shoot off.
We're going to go see an advanced screening of Disclosure Day. We were invited by the folks at Universal Pictures tonight, so it's going to be awesome. Yes. So I'll give you a full. Well, I won't give you a full report. I'm going to let you see it first.
Yeah. We'll look forward to hearing about that on the 24th.
Yes.
All right, then, Eric. Thanks again.
Guys. Thank you so much.
Enjoy your show.
Thank you so much. Great.
You too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
See you soon, mate. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Such a top guy.
Oh, amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I can't wait to get into all the stuff in the Poconos as well. I know there's one cemetery up there that's just in the middle of the forest, and they have some pretty intense stuff paranormally going on.
I'm sure he spoke about that before. Almost definite.
Yeah, they got a lot of, again, UFO, cryptid, and a lot of also paranormal or unexplained, as you prefer, Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, going on there.
The unknown.
Unknown, so that's the one, yes.
Here's the link to Eric's channel. So YouTube, Eric Mintel Investigates. They're easy to find. So there you go.
Absolutely brilliant.
So I will be back on Wednesday, just myself and Nicole. We're going to be talking about whatever's been going on the last few days. Then on Friday, it's just me. But it's a good just me.
Hang on, have you got a drum roll here in your media assets?
There should be.
Let's have a quick
sounds. I've not even got it open.
No.
Oh no!
You've got an alien growl. Hang on.
Oh, drum roll and bongos. Hey, so I've been watching S4 Bob Lazar movie.
Yes.
So I'm going to be interviewing live Luigi Venditelli, the director, producer of the Bob Lazar movie. If you haven't watched it yet, do watch it. I've watched the first hour twice yesterday because I wanted to make sure there's no bits that I missed.
Try to take it all in. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like I was saying to Eric before, it's like you get a book, yeah, and it's really interesting and in depth. It's like you don't want to put the book down. This is like, it's kind of been written like a book.
Yeah.
Because it goes back to when Bob's doing these lectures and he's talking about what's gone on at S4 and Area 51 and these other places. I don't want to give too much away. And then it comes back to him now. And he just says it as it is.
Yeah.
There's not one point at all so far where I thought he's chatting crap, because it's just he was explaining as to how and why and what he was doing there, and he was even like, we don't know what it is or how it works, but we know it works.
Yes,
it just works, and we have to work out now
how it works
and recreate it. So but I haven't got that far into it, but like I said, I'm off work Friday, so I'm going to sit down and watch
where can they find that, Andy, in case anyone wants to watch it before?
It's on
before Friday.
Amazon Prime. You do have to pay for it. It's $7.99 to rent, and I think $14.99 to buy.
Cool.
But if UFOs are your thing and you want to learn about Element 115 and a lot of stuff that goes on, it's like it's a book. It's worth buying.
Yeah,
I'm glad I've bought it and not rented it. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah,
it is really good. It might be really crap at the end. I don't think it will be, but it is. Yeah, so far so good.
So we'll be. And what time are you on Friday, so we can tune in?
So I'm on at 7:00. So it's Luigi Venditelli. I've got his name in front of me because I know I keep mispronouncing it. Yes, that's how I say it anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's coming on 7:00. Just me and him on Friday, and we're going to be talking about that. And I just want to say as well, massive thank you to, because this time last week I was saying thank you to the 3,000 subscribers. We're now at over 4,000 subscribers, and we're getting the views in the videos. Steve Mary's got 6,000 views, and
wow,
I'm not complaining. So I appreciate thank you. I appreciate every single one of you. And I was working it out to a point of when I first started doing this as a podcast sort of thing, and it's been around about 4 years, even though the channel's been going for just over 5.5 years. Didn't really, first year and a half was just learning how to use it and what have you. So thank you everyone. Tier membership is still available. Cheapest one $2.99 all the way up to $89.99, and you can only have 6. So I couldn't do one for £4,500 unless you change it.
Oh, shame.
Yes, I didn't bother. But if
get
you
one for £4,500, you're paying your co-host, love.
So if you are watching and you've not already, please subscribe, like, and share. And
also hype as well. Hype the videos.
You can only do it on mobile. You can do maximum 3 a week.
Yes, 3 a week. I apparently I have the hype feature on mine now, but I can't find it, so I don't think YouTube's put it on there yet.
Yeah. So as well, me and Becky have started doing our pre-record podcast. It's on another YouTube channel. So this, not that one. This is where it is, and you will find it under the same name. We've done our first one. It's not the greatest because I forgot to pull the microphone in front of us till about halfway through. And I thought, I'm not re-recording all that. So we've just done it as a taster for anyone who's, and it's just us two chatting and doing the 20 questions and what would you do if, who would survive a zombie apocalypse and just all that kind of stuff. So
it'd be Jack. Jack would survive the zombie apocalypse.
So it's just called That Him and Her Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just chat about anything. Just leave it recorded, no editing. What you see from beginning to end is literally what we do, and that's it. Bit of an intro, bit of an outro, and yeah.
I shall look forward to it. I shall look forward to it.
Do not judge me on that. Like I said, that was our first one. So
well, as I say, you know, it's Bex is getting used to it as well, you know, and talking on camera. It takes a minute. But once you guys settle into it, you know, that natural rhythm that you have as a couple will shine through once you forget that the microphones and the cameras are there and just relax. So,
well, it's like she was saying at first she didn't want to be on camera. So that's why I was just doing the recordings using my mobile. But it's like the way we do it, we sit this way, the camera's there. I've hid the camera inside a plant, so you can't even see it. So the monitors are on.
At all, is it, Andy?
No. The monitors are on for me just to make sure it's still recording and what have you. And then just download it and then re-upload it onto YouTube. So it's That Him and Her Podcast. So you can find it. If you want to scan the QR code. No, one sec.
There you go. Yeah, the new widgets.
Yeah, you can scan that. It'll take you straight to it. And that is everything. So yeah, me and Nicole Wednesday, myself and Luigi on Friday. Then we have
on Wednesday, sadly, so I can't be with you.
Yeah. We're back on Monday with Martin Abbas and John Pritchard, I think his name is.
Yes.
And then there is nothing the following week. So from the 20th to the 30th, 20th to the 28th, nothing, because I'm away.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so we'll be back.
I'm glad he's told me now, because I'll be tuning in and getting content, and I'll be sat here by myself going, ALIEN8UK, where's Andy gone?
So nothing. So we've got next Monday, nothing the following Monday.
Yeah.
Nothing next Friday, or the Friday after, or the Friday after that. But I might throw one in. Mondays are still going on, except for the 22nd. There's nothing on the 22nd and nothing on the 24th.
Right.
And other than that, that's it. So anything you want to add before we do one?
All I can say is thank you, guys, for 4,000 subscribers. We really do appreciate it. We really do.
Yes.
We love it.
I don't know how. Oh, no, I kind of I was promoting it on different platforms and that. But for it to go up 1,000 in less than a week, it was just
mind-blowing.
Like I was pinching myself because it's just gone from 2,000 to nearly 4,100 nearly in 3-4 weeks. So
that's good.
Thank you.
And people liking, the guests, the interaction, and what we're doing. So yeah, guys, if you're liking, subscribing, and just keep watching.
Yep. So that's everything. Wednesday 8:30. So Mondays and Fridays 7 p.m. UK time. Wednesdays at 8:30, and that, my friends, is everything. So thank you again. Thank you, Abby. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Thank you, Darren, Og, and Stephen for doing the modding. Thank you for questions. We did have a question from Shelley, but we're going to be getting Eric back on soon, so I'm going to leave this up, and we can ask him.
I could ask him on the 24th, or have you got that recording, Andy?
I will play that. I'm going to add it to that question. I know. I'm just so busy with everything else going on. I've got to play it.
Yeah. Oh, well, never mind. Darn it.
I did try making it into a music track, but it just weren't doing it. So
no. You only get I get paid for the one-liners, Andy. So you don't want to be paid it too much. I'll be asking you for rights.
Right. So that's it. A wonderful 2 days. See you on Wednesday. That's it. All updates. All updates are going on the community page on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So keep your eye on that. Not so much Facebook. I'm trying to pull back away from Facebook now and just concentrate on YouTube. So that's it. That's all I've got. Nothing else. That is definitely it. Yeah. Have fun. See you later.
Signal acquisition initiated. Cross-referencing anomaly archives. Pattern recognition complete. Aether 8 online. Proceed.
Welcome back. You found it again. The UFO files. Broadcasting round the clock on ALIEN8UK. Red-eye listeners, insomniacs, sky watchers, van drivers on the long haul. You're tuned to the only station that stares back at the dark with you. 24 hours, we circle the same old questions. Lights over the north, shadows over the south. Phone lines open, headphones on, blinds half drawn. I got case notes spread like takeaway menus. Highlighters bleeding through until sunrise. Coordinates scribbled on coffee stain napkins from a truck stop somewhere near the East Coast. We don't do jump scares here, we do the long stare out the window at 3:33 a.m. when the estate's asleep and the sky feels too crowded. You call in with that voice, half whisper, half there. First time chatter, long time watcher, and the hairs rise on every neck in frequency range. Maybe it's satellites, maybe it's stories we tell, so we're not alone in these flickering terraces and rented rooms. Either way, keep your dial right here. This is the UFO Files. ALIEN8UK. All night, every night. Welcome back.
ALIEN8UK.